So it's the Christmas season now, and so I thought I'd try to release a video that's kind of themed or connected to Christmas in some way. So today we're looking at my 5 favorite stop motion films ever. So why don't we get right into it?
Let's get to it.
Like I've told you guys before various times, that stop motion is my favorite form of animation. I honestly think it is a work of art, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. And I just really love the films that they make with stop motion. And the thing is, there has never been a bad one that I've seen yet. And believe me, I've seen quite a lot. And I just think it's because it takes so much time and effort to make these films that they actually take the extra care of crafting the script, the screenplay, the story, and the characters. And so we'll start with my number 5, my 5th favorite stop motion film of all time. And that is The Corpse Bride.
What if Victor and I don't like each other?
As if that has anything to do with marriage.
The Corpse Bride is, of course, directed by Tim Burton, and it has the voice cast of Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter and Emily Watson. Like all stop-motion movies, it is gorgeously animated, and the designs are always inventive, and of course this has the Tim Burton style, which is a style that you either like or don't like, but usually it always works best in stop-motion, kind of like how Wes Anderson's thing works more for stop motion than live action, but we'll get into that later. I just kind of like the story. It's kind of like a Grimm's fairy tale almost, and I enjoy that about it. And it's just mostly well done. It's really short as well, as most stop motion movies are, because it takes so long to make them. And I just think it's a kind of like nice, heartwarming story in the end, even though it is set in this cold, sterile, and frightening environment. The Corpse Bride I give 4 stars to. I really do enjoy this film, and I just think it's really good.
Tim Burton's Corpse Bride.
This is gonna be good.
Next we have my number 4, which is ParaNorman.
Meet Norman.
Can't you be like other kids your age?
His parents don't get him.
He's probably up there fiddling with his Ouija or his orb.
Harry,
His sister doesn't like him.
you are such a loser.
And the kids at school
Look, it's Abnorman.
always pick on him. But he does have some friends.
Norman, wait up! I like to be alone. So do I. Let's do it together.
It's just that most of them
Good morning.
aren't exactly alive.
How's it hanging?
Haven't heard that one before.
It's the second film from the animation studio Laika, who also did Coraline and the Box Trolls, and I just think they are a fantastic young company, and I really hope they have longevity and last, because they're making films like nobody else, and not just because they're using stop motion, but because of their inventive original ideas and the way they explore deeper themes and deeper subjects through this form of animation. I just think it's handled wonderfully, and with ParaNorman you get it handling prejudice and being frightened of who and what we don't understand. And I really like that about it. You also have an enjoyable voice cast with the likes of Anna Kendrick, Casey Affleck. You have Cody Smith-McKee, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Jeff Garlin. Like with all these movies, it is gorgeously animated, inventively designed, and it's homage to the horror movies of the 80s and 70s. It just warms my heart. And it's just a really enjoyable film. So I definitely urge you to go check this film out, especially because it didn't get as much exposure when it was released. But it is a fantastic film. I gave ParaNorman 4.5 stars. It really is a good and enjoyable movie.
ParaNorman.
You wanna play some hockey?
Now for my number 3 favorite stop motion film, we have Frankenweenie.
Sparky is a great dog, a great friend.
The best dog a kid could have.
When you lose someone you love, they never really leave you. He'll always be in your heart.
I don't want him in my heart. I want him here with me.
Now I know what you're saying. These movies aren't really Christmassy, even though stop motion is. And yes, I know that. But these are my favorite of the stop motion genre, and their usual stop motion Christmas stuff is usually for TV shows and some TV movies. Frankenweenie is also directed by Tim Burton, and this is based on a short film he did at the start of his career. And it basically expands that into a feature film with many homages to films of the 60s and 50s, and I really enjoyed and loved this film, and it was in my top 10 movies of 2012, and I still really like it. I think the animation is absolutely gorgeous. The black and white style really makes this film come alive, because if it wasn't for the characters' quirky designs, if you watch this in 3D, and because of the black and white, the sets honestly do look real, and I just thought that was absolutely amazing. And it just has a really heartwarming story at its core, and it's really a film about love, and in a way you can kind of say it's the dog owner's version of Up. And so I really enjoyed this film. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and so I give it 5 stars. I really do enjoy this film.
I need your help.
I asked him first.
My problem bigger.
Yeah, he's right.
And now we come to my number 2 favorite stop-motion film of all time, and that is Coraline. This is an animated feature that tricked parents into taking their kids to see something that would scar them for most of their childhood. But I absolutely love it. This film was directed by Henry Selick, and you have a great voice cast including Dakota Fanning and Terry Hatcher. And you have gorgeous animation, and this is probably one of my favorite films visually, because the use of colors, the production design, the camera work, the animation, it just comes all together in a fantastic way, and I just really like it. And when you have pacing that's quick like this one, I love the creepy atmosphere it creates as well, and the fact that it too also feels like a Grimm's fairy tale. There's a lot for me to love in this film, and I just love atmospheric, creepy things. In a way, it's kind of just like this coming-of-age story mixed with a cautionary tale, and I really like those kind of stories. And when you have Henry Selick, the master of stop motion, making this film, then there's a lot to be desired. I really enjoyed this film. I think it's a 5-star film, so definitely check it out, especially if you like stuff a bit creepy. And spoiler alert, there's actually 2. Yes, there is a tie with my number 1 favorite stop-motion film ever, and those films are The Nightmare Before Christmas and Fantastic Mr. Fox.
And so it begins.
Welcome to the fantastic world of Mr. Fox.
Woo! Should we dance?
We'll start with Fantastic Mr. Fox, directed by Wes Anderson, with a voice cast that includes George Clooney, Meryl Streep, and all the Wes Anderson regulars. Fantastic Mr. Fox is loosely adapted on the Roald Dahl book, and is honestly one of the most gleeful and enjoyable movies I have ever seen. It is easily the most rewatched movie that I own, because I can just throw it on, watch it, and enjoy the hell out of it. It's fantastically animated, and though it's not as smooth as these other films I've been talking about, that's kind of the point. They wanted that kind of handmade, really kind of old school style feel. And I really just love all the textures and the materials, which you can just feel just by looking at it. And when you have Wes Anderson's style of cinematography and his script and dialogue, then what is there not to love? It's honestly my favorite Wes Anderson film, and one of my favorite animated films of all time, so definitely check it out. It's easily 5 stars from me, and I just absolutely have the most fun time every time I put it on.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
What's this lightning bolt?
This fence might be electric.
Well, I just hope it doesn't mean thunder, because I have a phobia of that.
Now for The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Welcome to an extraordinary world filled with magic and wonder.
There's a real kind of nostalgia with it, because It was actually came out the year I was born. When I was a kid growing up, my mum had this recorded version of The Lion King in Spanish, and before that was the ad for this, and I was always curious as to what this movie was, and it wasn't until I was a teenager that I saw it, and I fell absolutely in love with it. I love musicals. I love the music in this movie. I love the animation. I love the inventive design. This one's directed by Henry Selick, based on an idea from Tim Burton. A lot of people get that confused, but this is a Henry Selick film, not a Tim Burton one, even though it is very, very Tim Burton-y. And you just get love and the Christmas spirit in this film, and I honestly feel that. And I watch this every Halloween and every Christmas because that is the type of movie it is. You can watch it 2 holidays, and you can watch it any time of the year and still have a fantastic time. It's definitely a 5-star film for me, and I honestly really just love this film, so be sure to check it out.
The imagination of Tim Burton comes The Nightmare Before Christmas.
And what did Santa bring you, honey?
That's all the time we have for today, and I hope you enjoyed my favorite stop-motion films ever. And so if you see these movies, or have seen these movies and have any thoughts on it, feel free to comment below. You go to my Facebook page, like that, comment there. Don't forget to tell me your favorite stop-motion movie. You can also follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe. But anyway, I'm Joshua Choa, this is Jerry Productions, and please just get out there and watch good stop-motion movies.